Hey plastic model builders, welcome back. This is part 5 of the B-17G Flying Fortress by Revell. So watch my last video so you can find out what we're doing on this video. As you can see, we painted our bombs a olive drab color. We're putting them onto the bomb rack. Had a little bit of trouble with this, so go easy. Take your time with them, let each bomb dry, it's my opinion. Putting in the flight deck, this is the front piece. You see each little tab there. It's got to go in a certain way. One goes behind another, one goes on top, one goes on the side, one goes on the bottom. True model making madness. So basically make it all look pretty. That's the best I can tell you. And this is a close-up shot of that. You can see what it looks like. I like it. It turned out very well, especially since you can't see most of it. This is it. You got that little turret there. You just want to make sure that does spin. Make sure the turrets go up and down before you put the fuselage together. Hey, it works. Alright, so we're going to put in the bomb rack now. You see I had a little bit of trouble there. That bomb came off. Got a little bit of stuff to scrape away, some paint right here. If you want to put this bomb rack in and let it be shown, you need to open up the bay doors. I did not do that. So basically I just put it in there, spent all this time making it, and you can't see them. But I was building the model as is without quote unquote a modification. So now we have to put the guns in. Make sure you rest your model on something because these kind of just fit in there. And if you're not careful, they will break out and you'll have to figure out how to get them back in. So time to close up the model. Of course, make sure everything fits right first. Yes, I'm wearing a bathrobe. Don't we all do that? Anyway, so it fits good. Put your glue on there. Get yourself some clamps because you're going to need to clamp this down. That way it doesn't break apart. And work slowly with this. That's what I did. That way you can at least let the glue set and you can make sure that you have a nice, fairly even bond across everything and your gaps line up properly. That's the best I can tell you. Make this part look pretty too, because this is an important part. You see how long the fuselage of this plane actually is. It just keeps going and going and going. You see I got a rubber band on there. That's to help it out. Make sure you don't glue that to the plane. Yeah, it can happen. So you see I've got these clamps here just to make sure I hold this down properly. So we're going to take our front glass here, break off that piece that's in the middle of that, getting all of our windows cut out as well, because some of these are going to go under the plane, some of them are not. There's that little middle piece. I stuck this in the plane, that way I could keep overspray, dust from out of it and all that good stuff. Getting ready to masking for painting. Got our cowls. Alright, so here's the landing gear. I guess you could call these the, I forgot the name of them. Have it all the time and it was just right there as well too. Anyway, spray them olive green or green chromate. They go on the inside. The wheel wells, that's what they are, the wheel wells. This right here, part of the rear landing, actually I shouldn't say rear landing gear, just landing gear in general. So we've got this piece right here. It goes a gray color and they do go two different colors. It's a gray and a silver combination. So find which part you want to go gray and which part you want to go silver and paint those. It's the best thing to do. We got an antenna, also goes that gray color. There's the antenna. Looks good. We've got our engines, so just give those a once over in a nice gray. And then we are going to detail those, a lot of detail on those 4 engines. So right here is another part of the landing gear. This goes aluminum. So you see part of it is silver, I'm sorry, part of it's aluminum and part of it is gray. So get that taken care of and we will set those to the side to dry. We have our front glass, a little section here that gets painted aluminum. So just cover that nice. Also get the sides of it because that's what I did. It's a small little seam there. I don't know if that's really the right way to do it. It's so hard to tell on this plane. It is a Revell monogram model. So here's the rear tailpiece of the plane. Fit it, sand it, make sure it fits properly. I probably should have waited till after the complete plane was done before I painted it, but I didn't. So we're going to glue it down. Make sure you have the orientation correct as well. Put on our rear stabilizers. Got 2 of those. One goes right here. You see a little notch. That way you can't confuse them, which is kind of strange. They really don't look too much different from what I remember from the front and the back side. Just hold each one in place, let the glue set. Work slowly with this model. It's a big one, but it's a goodie. It is the B-17G Flying Fortress, so we all love this plane. It's a great one. Anywho, so get the front and the backs of that. Make sure you get all your flashing off, your seam lines, all that good junk. Cutting out some of these. I don't know why I even did this at this point in this plane. I guess maybe I just wanted to do some test fitting, which is probably what it was. Cut out your wings. Yes, I'm using my wonderful long knife here that's made for scoring. Better to use a saw the way these are designed. So you put in the wheel well right there, glue that down. The instructions tell you to actually put the landing gear in first. I didn't feel like doing that, and I found a way that they will go inside after the fact. You just have to make it do it, basically. So that's what I did. I made them fit in there afterwards. We're going to glue these halves together to make a complete wing, because that's what this plane is about, making it complete. It's a B-17G. So get away all this little area here. We want to clean that up before we glue these together, and you see it just slowly comes into shape. Have to make it look good. I know, it's fun stuff. Put all your glue. I do the engines last because I wanted to make sure I could at least get the wings bonded first and make sure those all lined up, and then work on the wings, the engines, because those can offset just a little bit, so you want to be able to at least do one thing before you do the other for this particular plane. And you'll see the way the engines are designed, it's a little weird, so you want to make sure you can press down in the right spots. So this was after the wing dried. Now I've got the engines, and you see all those wonderful clamps to make sure everything is held together in just the right spots. And here we're getting ready for paint. You can do your seam line now or do it later. Probably be better to take care of it ahead of time, but sometimes things pop out. I'm painting this aluminum. I used, I believe, a testors paint for this, and it turned out really nice with the exception of the windows, because I decided to use a Rust-Oleum spray can on the windows, and that didn't turn out so good. But we will show you that in the next video, because I know you can't wait to watch that. And remember, just watch all of this video because you love me. So we're going to finish wrapping up painting this aluminum color onto the aircraft. You can also do it in olive drab if you like, because that is the other option for this plane. Many different kinds for it. This is how I did mine. Remember, you can do yours your way. Here is the wing. This is the underside of it. So make this look good. Flip it over. You see, getting around the engines is a little difficult. If you spray from the opposite side, it might be a little bit better. So, got our propellers. I am painting them flat black. You can put some gloss on there if you want for the decals that will go on, and then you'll have to paint the wingtips yellow. I always have trouble with yellow for some reason. It always gets a little too watery on me. I don't know why. And I spray a little close, but this is the flat black for the propellers. And just after this is done, we will show you the wonderful yellow color. And there it is. It's yellow, goes on. The lighter the coat, the better, and just work in coat after coat and build it up until it shows nice and bright. Just like this. It's a light coat. Then we go darker and darker and heavier, and it'll look pretty when it's all said and done. So there we go. Repair any noticeable seams. I had one right here. Probably still showed through a little bit because my seam jobs, I'm still horrible at them. Anyway, paint the engines. This little area goes black. Every area on the engine like that has to be painted. So take your time with these. Make them look pretty. Get this. Then we have this part of the engine. No, I don't know what each part of the engine is called. I'm sorry. Don't beat me up. Get those. I'm just clipping these off. Make sure you file down the edges right here. So see, now we're painting the underside. Actually, the sides of these also go black right here, not all the way up the side. So you see, that's basically all the black that needs to be done. Next, we're going around this ring right here, just around the edge. That's an aluminum type of color. You could do silver or aluminum if you want, but it's a little tube, I guess, whatever it is that goes around that engine. You got this right here. That goes there, painting aluminum for the heads, and then we'll also dirty them up a little bit later on to make them look a little weathered and worn. Once we get all the aluminum on there, I'm going to use some yellow to mimic some other tubing on there. I didn't put it on too heavy because I wanted it to look like it was used quite a bit. So there's all the aluminum. That's all done. We'll put a little bit of yellow, and I just put it in various spots. I wasn't too concerned if I got a little messy because we're going to weather these at the same time and it will cover that. So I know it's light, but they're on there. They're small little areas. You could get copper wire and use those too if you really want to do it. So fix the seams on your wheels. Make sure they line up. As I said in the last video, the wheels are made funny in the version I have. Whoever put the dies in for the wheel slots did them wrong, so you basically have to round those out and put them on the landing gear, and we'll show you that coming up in a different video as well. So here you have it. Flatten them out a little bit, make it look weathered for when the plane comes in for landings, and you have a nice weathered looking tire on there. We'll also color it up a little bit. So this is coming up in our next video. You see, I kind of do some panels that are repaired. Fun stuff, weathering the engines. I thank you for watching this video. Come back next week. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like, of course. And until next time, see ya.